Hey guys, Justin here. I'm in Fremantle right now, and right after the CAT has been withdrawn yesterday, so today is the first weekday, Monday here, way in the morning at 7 o'clock. So the CAT stands of course are removed, and we're here at the 532 stand, ready to take the 532. Oh my god, so cold. And here's a 532. I don't know whether I'm gonna take this one, so I'm probably just gonna leave it out, but because I actually want to take a look at the stands over here, so that's why. Here's the 532. There's short trips now for 532 because they have enhanced the frequency here to 15 minutes per bus, but it's still 1 hour per bus for the full journey to Cockburn Central Station. But the other 3 will be running to South Fremantle Hampton Road and terminating. That is basically the replacement services for the CAT, which is very stupid because it doesn't go along South Beach and all of that Esplanade Park, all of that area, which is what I really want them to do because mostly it's that section is mostly used. But it will travel along the whole way of the outbound trip and terminates to South Fremantle, and it's going to do a random U-turn to go back to the other direction to come back to Fremantle for another short trip. But the first short trip doesn't depart until 8:55 from here. So later on, after I film the full journey, I'm gonna go to the ending spot to take an inbound trip back. Now completely empty. Oh my gosh. That one's to Cockburn. That's a normal trip. So we'll take a full journey to Cockburn first, and I'm gonna come back and do the short trip. I'm not gonna film the short trip. I'm just gonna film a little bit at the ending, at the starting point at Hampton Road to show you guys around. And that's basically all I'm gonna do. So now let's just wait for our next service, which is just in 10 minutes. That's why I just let that one go. Tons of gas buses here right now. Oh my gosh. And also freaking freezing. Oh. So that's how we're gonna do it. So at the end, I add in the clips that I filmed at Hampton Road. So that's why we'll travel later on along all of the stops along South Terrace, which will be the CAT stopping stops as well. They also have one stop that's actually exclusive for the CAT. Oh, they haven't updated this yet. Yeah, they haven't updated this yet. It's still 129. I mean, it's still January 29 up here. They didn't update this yet, which is kind of stupid. But they updated the timetable with this one. K terminates on Hampton Road before Clontarf Road, South Fremantle. That's the short trips for the 532, which you can see on the freaking thing. If you just look on weekdays, there's a lot of services, so ignore that. But you see on Saturday here, oh my gosh, the amount of K, and Sunday of course the same K. Oh, yeah. Now the first K on weekdays is the 8:55 service, and it will do a 9:20 service at South Fremantle back. So that's what I'm gonna take, which is so ridiculous because it takes 30 minutes just to do this South Fremantle loop for the 532, which is so dumb because there are no turn back spot for the terminus spot at South Fremantle, so they need to do a long ass loop to loop around the suburb and come back to the terminus to start another trip, which you can check out Mark's video on that one. And now let's wait for our bus to go to Cockburn Central Station. Brand new bus on the 158, 3145. Nice! I think the first new 31 spendy bus for Transperth, because 3144 is in Canning Vale. So that's why. Yes, 3144 is in Canning Vale, but there goes 3145 now. Nice! There that goes on the 158 service to Elizabeth Quay. Very nice, new bus. Brand new too, for real brand new. Literally brand new, all the way over there. 3145, brand new bus. There it goes. Alright, on board 532, 3306. Not too bad of a bus, but not the best. But anyways, we'll take full journey to Cockburn Central Station. Down here is Transperth zone, so that's why Transperth actually I don't know why, but Transperth has like most of the good drivers down here, which actually allows a lot of people to actually film on the buses. So yesterday when Mark filmed it again, he got a good driver, which led him actually on board 000 trips as well. So that's why his reach is actually awesome. So 548 driving down. That's a Rockingham bus turning 78. This is the same path along South Terrace, which is the same as the blue cat, which we're replacing. There's a new stop that they have set up for the normal routes, which is actually right here, right after this turn here. Before this stop right here. This stop right here. Before that stop is only served by the CAT, but now is served by normal routes as well. Wow, Fremantle in the morning is literally empty right now. Holy crap. This is the Fremantle Market stop number 3 for the CAT, but there are no more CAT signs on it anymore. All of them should have been removed. So yeah, the window is not really that great for this bus, but that's okay. Now there's actually, let's see whether any of the CAT stops are still actually available. I mean, haven't removed yet, because yesterday they have been removed most of the stuff. Yep, here's the Fremantle CAT stop number 4 for Fremantle Markets, no longer here. Yesterday when Mark filmed it, the stop number 5 upcoming is actually still there, but let's just see whether it's actually there right now. Which probably won't be, but we can see. I don't think it is here anymore. There's the 520 turning up there, but we're not going to turn up there. We're taking exactly how the CAT goes. So, I don't think it's here anymore. Yeah, I think it's gone. I actually don't really know where's the stop for that, but I think it's gone. I think it's right here. I think it's gone now. Yep. I think this is the spot right there, I think. And it's not here anymore. So all of the CAT stands are gone. Fremantle 532, 1970. Well, all of the stops have been just switched to a normal stand now. Unfortunate. Now the one thing about the 33s I don't really actually like that much is actually down here. You can see actually there are no blockade between my feet and the thing outside like this. I can actually just like stab my feet outside. So that's why if I actually accidentally stab my feet outside, I'm gonna get hit by the door when it opens. Very decent driver so far. He's not looking this way at all. He's just looking towards the front and focusing on his driving. So there he goes. Okay, this is still the stop for the 532, and it's the only stop right now for 532, and before it was by the CAT as well, so. Okay, because more and more people getting on board, so I just turned down the light intensity for this. So let's see whether the driver knows what to do, but this is actually basically the normal trip. It's not even any of the deviating trips, so let's see how they do. It's literally not a deviating trip, it's just basically a normal trip which runs normally before as well, so that's why. We're still running how the blue cat goes right now, literally the exact same path. But it's just instead of turning over to South Beach at the front, we just turns left. I'll show you where the terminus is for the outbound trip for these. If this is a short trip, I'll show you where it is, and then later on we're going to go to the starting point of the inbound trip to show you, because that starting point for the short trip Fremantle services for the 532, it is not served by the normal 532. So that means the routes, the buses that comes from Cockburn Central does not stop at that deviating, terminating starting point for the 532. So that's why later on we're going to take a look at that. Okay, here is South Beach. Usually for the CAT, it's going to be turning right here. This is a very terrible roundabout for the Midis to actually turn, but we turn left here. For the replacement services of the CAT, basically the short deviating trips, it will still run here, and it will terminate at the front ever since we hit Hampton Road. While for us, because we're going to Cockburn, so we continue our way all the way to Cockburn Central via like literally a lot of places. I think it's like, according to the app, it says going to be 43 minutes for this route. So that's why. Let's continue our way through. This is honestly a pretty weird path. This is not the same as the CAT anymore, but this is basically the short deviating trips for the CATs. Later on, I'm just gonna take it back to Fremantle myself. I'm not gonna actually do anything stupid. I'm not gonna film that one, so that's fine. And then after that, I try to get up to freaking Morley to do my next route. Oh, here's Hampton Road, and since we turn, it's the terminating spot. Oh, buses. 520, because 520 and 532 actually also serves that stop. 27.95 on a 512. So, but the 520 doesn't actually take this way. It doesn't take like the CAT. It goes along here, which is most of the routes actually goes along here, while we goes along how the CAT goes. So, this is not the first service going outbound, but this is just a normal trip, so it's nothing too crazy. But the thing is, just I have to do a normal trip before I do a deviating trip, yeah? So that's why. So the person's getting off, so I'm the only one. Here is the terminating spot for the South Fremantle deviating trip. Yep, here's the terminating spot. This is the last stop for the terminating 532. Shouldn't be any more K's over here, so yeah. I mean, there is a K here, but it's just a it's just something else, so it's not a K, that's just a deviating terminating. Yep, because you can see right here, we're turning left right here. So, but the starting point is actually along the road down there a little bit, where that 520 goes. Later on, I'm just going to take a 520 from Cockburn back over here, and then get off at that terminating stop. Now we just go all the way to Fremantle. I mean, not Fremantle, Cockburn Central. This is definitely a fun route to do. It's not like terrible. It's actually quite far and quite actually fun to go through a lot of areas. First time taking 532 as well, so that's why. But unfortunately, from this point onwards to Cockburn Central is also just 1 hour per bus. So that's why. Now, except during rush hours, right now is actually like 10 minutes, 20 minutes per bus, but off peak is like 1 hour. So that's why. Normally it's 1 hour, but after they enhanced the service, it's 15 minutes for the CAT side. 1997 on the 532 service. These 33 buses already it's already not like very new already anytime. It's been in here already for like a year or so, so that's why it's not new at all already. Yeah, there's actually quite a lot of turns for this route, looping inside the suburbs. I actually have no idea what this suburb is. I might check it out later on when there's a red light. I'm just gonna turn on my phone right now, screw it. on the 718 service. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is the stupid loop right here. Yeah. Look at this amount of turns. Look at this. And we're gonna turn again right here. Look at this amount of turns. Literally ridiculous. We're on to the straight path very soon along, I think, Cockburn Road? No, Hamilton Road. And we'll just go all the way down until, actually it's very soon already actually, until Lake Coogee, and we'll turn left straight to Cockburn Central. So it's very, very straightforward, this path. It's not like the 530, it's not like the 531, that actually loops quite a far distances. So it's Transperth zone, so that's fine. We have a red light here, so we're gonna stop. We're gonna turn right from this red light. Oh my gosh. Oh. He didn't go far enough on the turn. Yeah, but I'm the only one on the bus right now, so that's why I'm actually free to film if the driver actually doesn't stop me. One 115, 520, 531, 532. It's actually a time stop, so technically he actually needed to stop, but he didn't stop. But anyways, I think we go straight. Yeah. Red light here. Alright, continue our way through. The sky is pretty decent. The weather report says it's gonna rain, but actually it does say actually a little bit over here with these clouds. Alright, let's just go our way through. We're not actually gonna pass through that many shopping centers, not like the 530, but we will drive along the path and we'll just hit Cockburn Central. So I didn't actually go to take the last CAT because I prefer studying over that. So that's why. But I've watched Mark's video and I was actually a little bit emotional. 532, another gas bus, 1940. So I was a little bit emotional when I actually watched his video with that many people actually saying goodbye to the CAT. So early on, actually the coordinator at Fremantle station also actually said, "Oh, CAT's gone," like that. So. Well, the first weekday without the CAT. They've been serving Fremantle for 26 years. Well, someone's trying to get on. Well, for sure the driver is not going to stop for that, so someone's running around the corner trying to actually catch the bus but didn't actually get it, so that's why. Which is very unfortunate. But actually I don't think the next one's that bad. The next one is actually the 740 something service. Actually 740 or 720, I actually don't remember. This is 718, I think the next one is actually 740 something, so it's a 20-minute wait. Which is unfortunate, which is actually not that great, but after that is actually 1 hour, so that's why. Plus this is actually outbound, so that's why there aren't that many services in the morning rush hours. They will increase slightly for the frequencies, even for outbound rush hours, but not that many compared with inbound. So well, so far no one's getting on. If those two ladies actually got on earlier on, then we have some people. But right now it's still completely empty, the whole bus. So that's why I specifically chose these kind of times to actually do my recordings. What is this area? I actually have no idea. What is this area? Huh. Coogee Beach? Oh, someone's getting on. At least we got someone, so let's just cut it out a little bit. people. I'm just gonna cut over there. 512 turns right. I have actually taken the 512, so that's why. I think this is actually the path that actually they need to do some stupid loops into the beach area. Alright, continue our way through. Ooh, a little bumpy there. So, turn it down the light intensity once again because more people boarding, so I'm just gonna turn down the light intensity just for safety. So, I'm not feeling any people, so that's why technically I'm fine. No worries, literally. Now, I still have a lot of routes I need to film, but we're slowly but surely premiering them all. This one will be actually shortcut and actually jumping the queue to be actually premiered first, so that's why. Because this one's actually trying to suit the current changes of the routes, so that's why this one will be premiered first before the other routes. Yeah, it's definitely a long route. This is definitely not a joke route. Very quite long, so we're still just basically going straight through the suburbs. Bump here. Very normal to be happening, these kind of things inside the suburbs. Alright, continue our way through. It's quite a little bit tired, so especially when I woke up at 5:45 today in the morning just to get over to Fremantle by 7 o'clock. And then I will have a class later on at school, so that's why I will go back to uni right after everything. And my class is at 3 o'clock, so that's why it's still a ways away. After that, I will probably do a premiere at night. I probably will premiere this video, so that's why you guys will be seeing it. If I can actually get it uploaded and the quality processing is finished right away, then I will just get it done right away. Turning left, and I think this is actually the way that we're gonna go straight over to Cockburn Central from here. It's actually very straightforward because when there are a lot of people boarding, they will be a little long, but there's like literally no one boarded, so that's why. Like I mean like 3, less than 5 right now. Another gas bus, literally everyone is a gas bus right now. 1928, some of the earlier generations there. Literally, like, because I want to say is Fremantle Depot. I don't know how many gas buses does Fremantle Depot have. Like, I think it starts from the 1920 something all the way to the 20 something. All are in Fremantle Depot. Okay, the early 20s, like not early, like 2030 and the 2040s series are in Fremantle, and all of the 1920 all the way to 1990 series are also in Fremantle. Like, jeez Louise. And then the 2050 something to 2090 something should be in Rockingham, so that's why it's not up here. But still, seriously, how many gas buses? Before they also have the 1900 something series for the Midis. Those have been withdrawn like years, and they're withdrawing the remaining of the Midis now, which already the CAT buses have been withdrawn. The 3 CAT Midis have been withdrawn, so which is the iconic orange Midis, which is very cool. Oh, we have the 549 now, which, oh, sorry about that. which I think this path has been featured as well on the 549 video, which should be coming up very soon. Which I have filmed 549, which is actually all the way to Rockingham. That's miserable, that route. 531 Arctic 3074. Now I will just take a random one later on. I just need to get to that stop. The 520 will stop at that stop, but I will see which one I want to take later on, or which one is actually convenient. But there will be actually a 520 very soon, right after this service. I actually originally want to take the next service, which will time it exactly right on the dot with the 520, around like 5 minutes apart. Oh, someone's running. So, but with me taking actually one earlier services right now, so that's why we will be actually a little bit early. I think the driver is nice here to just stop right here for her. Nice, very nice. Very good driver. Yep, very good driver. If it's the normal type drivers, they were just gonna stop at the stop and wait for her to run over. So that's why, very decent driver there. And he's literally not actually caring about what I'm actually filming. Also very good. These are the drivers I like, so that's why I'm actually feeling quite comfortable actually for filming down here in the Transperth zone. Not up there in freaking Swan, literally getting murdered that one time with the Beeliar driver, literally dreadful. We are here at, what is this? Oh, Beeliar. Someone getting off? No, time stop. Okay, we're gonna cut this out. Well, a little late on my reaction there. I actually clicked something wrong and I click out of my camera, so that's why. Well, leaving Beeliar Hive, I think that's Beeliar Hive. We're still going our way through to Cockburn Central, which is a very straightforward path right now. Literally not a lot of turns. It's just inside Fremantle is quite a lot of turns, so that's why. Later on we're going to feature the short trips for the 532. I'm not going to film that one. I'm just going to take it on my own. I'll just film around the area. And then I'll just take the bus back, which will be the first short trip that depart from South Fremantle later on. It's 9:20 or something, which will be actually a little bit early if I actually go back right away, so that's why. Just gonna wait a little bit. And having a decent bus for this journey really actually makes me feel comfortable. It's not the newest bus, but still quite new. 532 on the outside, finally not a gas bus, 2972. So, it's Transperth zone. The odd one is, for this area, Cockburn Central and Auburn Grove, there are some routes that's actually run by Swan, Southern River Depot. I don't know whether it's Southern River or Canning Vale, probably just want to bring buses from Canning Vale, but yes, there are routes for Cockburn Central that's actually run by Swan. Of course, we have the 233, which is run by Swan. And then there's also some routes actually from Cockburn Central down to Auburn Grove. The routes are also run by Swan Transit. I don't know which one, but I don't know whether all of them are run by Swan Transit, but I think one of them is run by Swan Transit for sure. And also the weird one is the 537 Wandy service from Auburn Grove is by Swan Transit. Yes. The Wandy service, or the 537, is by Swan Transit. So that's the reason why they don't extend to Kwinana, because Kwinana is already way outside of the Transperth zone. So that's why they don't run down there. We have the 531 turning over there. 2200! Yes, 2200! That's one of the odd numbers for gas buses in Fremantle Depot, which is actually way out of the range of the numbers. 2200 is the last gas bus for numbers. After that, I think there are still more in the regional towns, but for Transperth, that's the last gas bus number, 2200. So yeah, I think there are for sure some other ones in the regional towns, but for Transperth is 2200. That's the last one. I mean, not the newest one, but the last one. The newest one is 2097 down in Rockingham. I really actually like this route. What the hell? This route is very fun right now. I really like it. Very efficient and at the same time pretty straightforward and pretty fun, this path. Beeliar Regional Park. It's kind of lame for these regional parks that they set up these fences that you cannot actually randomly go in. You have to go to the designated entrance to actually go in. I'll probably do some hiking during the holidays before I fly back, because I do have some areas I want to go to hike, including up in Joondalup. I'm just gonna go up to Joondalup, I think, for that one to hike, and then all the way up to Butler if I can. The thing is, there's no exit, so like the exit is actually at Clarkson. If I don't actually exit at Clarkson, then I just have to walk all the way up to Yadgin, which is way too far. Alright, I think we should be almost at Cockburn Central. I think actually we're already there, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we're already there. This is the shopping centre slash something randomly outside of the station, and at the front is the station, so we'll go to Cockburn Gateway. I don't know where it is. I actually don't know whether this one actually goes to Cockburn Gateway, or does it just actually turns like the train replacement does. There's a bus at the front. 3305, okay, brother, 3305, 530. I think that one actually departed sometimes earlier than us, but we're not there yet. We're still a little bit ways away, so continue our way through. Well, someone's getting on to Cockburn. Everything should be the same here to Cockburn, so that's fine. Doesn't matter which one. Oh, yep, there it goes. There goes that guy running ahead now, 5:30. Later on, doesn't matter which one I take, I'm just gonna take one random one to go back. I would try the 5:20. If I've taken the 5:20, I'm just gonna count as a full journey, because after that I've taken the same section as the other routes, so that's why. Because that section from South Fremantle to Fremantle, I've taken on a 5:30, and it's literally the same path, so that's why I'm just gonna take the 5:20 from Cockburn all the way to that Hampton Road stop, and I'm just gonna call that as a full journey. Taken. I'm just gonna mark it off on my app, and I think we're almost there here. Yep. I mean, not on my app, on my notes that I've taken that route. Yep, we have made it to Cockburn over this direction. Okay, never mind. Oh yeah, we need to go into the shopping centre. Yep, we're returning to Cockburn Gateway. The train replacement's that way, so. Okay, the sun is a little bit serious right over here, but we're almost ending the service, so that's why. Returning to Cockburn Gateway. Oops, sorry about that. So. Yep. Slightly different from the other routes. Actually stops at Cockburn Gateway, because for the routes that actually goes through from like Armadale line side, which is going from that way over, I think there is a there's a random bus here, 532 going back 2978. Yep, turning to Cockburn Gateway here, which is basically every single route will do except one of them. I think I don't remember which one, but one of them doesn't go in here. Not the train replacement. One of them doesn't go in here, but yep, because this is the fastest way to go into the station. Plus, for these guys, actually from the shopping center, because it's actually quite far to walk to the station. So that's why they have this, to actually let you just take one stop into the bus station, into the train station. So that's why. Plus, actually the most straightforward way, considering you're just changing to trains right afterwards anyway. So that's why. Don't tell me actually this is a time stop. I don't remember. I've stopped on this stop one time with the 233 before, and then that's basically it. That is not a time stop. Is it a time stop? Looks like it is a time stop. We have a 518 here. That's a Swan route. Oh no, that's not. Is that Swan route? Yeah, that's a Swan route. 2472 trash. Going to crap. Where does it go? Murdoch's TAFE. I don't know whether it's actually Murdoch TAFE in the morning right now, or is it just Murdoch Station? I think it's just Murdoch Station. And driving into Cockburn Station. Made it at 7:55. Very, very decent. Definitely 40 minutes though. Already. Yeah, definitely 40 minutes already, which is actually unfortunate. Actually it's not, it's just around 30 something right now. It's not too bad, and we just sat down here and he's gonna do another route. I don't know what he's gonna do, but hopefully it's not my 520 that I'm gonna take later on. 514 here. That one is to Murdoch as well. Is it to Murdoch? No, I think it's to Jandakot, isn't it? Oh, it's Murdoch. 3361. And made it to Cockburn Station. Setting down right here. (532) via Hamilton Road, Beeliar Drive, 3306, 532 at Cockburn Central here. Let's get back here and take a shot. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, click the bell so that you get notifications when I post. There he goes. Check out the links in the description down below for my other channels and my Instagram. And before we end, we'll go over to the Hampton Road stop at South Fremantle to check out things. Alright, just got off the 520. At stop 10686. This is where the 532 will start its service for the short deviating trips. Bendy coming in here, 512. 3103. So you can see 532, it's just this section. This is the replacement service, so that's why replacement of the CAT. So it starts right here and it will go back to Fremantle. That's basically it. Other 532 will be coming from that road and boom, right in. So that's why it will not serve this stop for the normal 532 that starts from Cockburn. So the 532 towards South Fremantle short trip will be terminating over there. That stop. We'll be terminating right there, that stop. And then it will be doing suburb loopings. Probably gonna be looping like this. In there. And then around. And then goes back onto Rockingham Road over there. And then turns back out to stop here to start the service. Because there's an embankment here, so that's why they can park. So, basically all of the trips are here. Basically it's 15 minutes per bus. For two of them. And it will be, after that, it will be actually a 30-minute interval for a service that starts here. Because it's 15 minutes per bus to make it from that stop, the next stop, because it includes one of the services that does start from Cockburn. So that's why they make it 15 minutes from that stop, but from here is actually not really. We got a 530 driving in here. So 3313. I guess. Okay, so I'm not gonna walk over to that stop. Instead, I'm actually gonna walk back here to show you one of the weirdest fuck sign. I have no idea why this sign is like this back here. Literally a random sign that doesn't make sense. We'll walk back here. So, oh my gosh, it's wind. So I might go in there to buy something because I'm actually quite hungry. I'm waiting for the 9:20 service to get me back. Walking back here. See, there's normal signs. That one is there for basically all the time, saying 512 and 548 go straight, and all the other routes goes left, which I just came from. But you see over here, this sign right here. What is this? This is a new sign that they randomly put in here, and it's saying stupid things. Literally saying stupid things. Right here. 532 turns right. What? What? It doesn't turn right. Seriously, this is the wrong sign. It doesn't turn right. If it is for 532 right here, it will be always just going through Fremantle. So basically, it will be just from that stop and go straight, not turn right. What the hell, Transperth? What the hell? Not turning right, man. It's just gonna go to that stop and goes back to Fremantle, which is just straight. That path is for normal Cockburn, so if you have a sign at the front, turns left, not turns right. What is this sign? So that is such a dumb sign. Really dumb sign back there. Literally doesn't make sense, that sign. Well, now I'm just gonna hopefully stay around the corner and spot the outbound 532 that terminate at the stop, and then we'll loop around the whole suburb and come back to the stop and serve and do an inbound trip. So I would just go in there and buy some things and just wait for service. Well, after eating a sausage roll, I walk across the road. It's just over there. That's where we're gonna start. This is the terminating stop. That is where we're gonna start. Later on, so I'm gonna spot this guy's terminating right here, do the loop, and I'm gonna run over to get that service back. They did actually change the timetable over here, which is nice. October 1st, 2023. New timetable. Brand new. Looks way more packed. Like it's like packed a little bit more closer to each other right now, everything. Anyways. There's like so many letters here, Jesus. Wait for our bus. Now it's actually gonna come in another 20 minutes, so it's still actually a ways away. And there's a normal 532 now, 1971 from Cockburn. You can see it turned from there, so that's why it doesn't touch that stop over there. It doesn't touch that deviating starting point. 1971. That guy might be doing the short trip, I don't know, but the short trips is basically now act as a filler route, a filler trip after some long ones. So maybe after like a 160 or something, they can do this short trip. But technically it says short, quote unquote short. It takes 30 minutes for this, that's why. I think a normal 532 driving in here, yep, normal 532. Normal bus, 2647, going to Cockburn. So, see? That's what we just did earlier on, so that's fine. Now I just turn left for that guy. Still have no fucking clue about that stupid sign in the front. Yeah, okay, look at the timetable. That was the 8:47 service. So that's why without the enhancement for the Cockburn Central services, look at this. Look at this. Without enhancement, Cockburn Central services. 8:47 just left. Next one is 9:48. You see? So that's why it's just 15 minutes per bus for this section. So that's why it's really trash if you're just going to Cockburn for the 532. There are like tons of routes to Cockburn, so that's why it doesn't really matter. But yeah, if you just want to take 532 to Cockburn, it is 1 hour per bus. So that's why it's trash. We're still waiting for our services. Whenever we have updates, I'm just going to start recording. So there you guys have it. One more thing and wait for our bus. Just another look at things. 1954 on the 532. So that's why you can see. There's the stop over there that we're going to be using for the deviating trips. But we're not going to even touch it for the normal trips. So that's why it's a unique stop for the 532 that they actually put up as a time stop over there. Which is only for 532 time stop over there. So that's why. This guy's just going to turn this way. And it's literally murderous right here to wait for things. Raining and freaking windy. The worst weather of all times. The first outbound trip is coming in for the short trips. So we're just going to spot it right here terminating. And here it is arriving. Terminating. Let's see how many people use the first outbound. Actually, it's not even the first outbound. That's the first trip for short trips for the 532 for the day. For the first weekday in service. This thing, here it is, 532. South Fremantle Hampton Road. Right on the desktop. It doesn't even say deviating, terminating or something. It's kind of weird in my opinion. There it is. South Fremantle 532 Hampton Road. And it's literally, I don't think anyone's getting off. 0 people on it. Absolutely 0. 3294. No one is there. And he's now going to do 000 and then go back to that stop and start the next service back to Fremantle. So useless. Literal trash. Well, there that goes. 000. And now it's just going to go over that stop and I'm just going to do a return journey. This wind is literally murderous, but let's see how this guy's going. He didn't turn right here. He's going to the front and do a turn back. Because, like, it's kind of weird that how they do it, because there's actually a set path that they can do. There's actually tons of path they can do, but that guy's just gonna do a turn back and go back to the spot. So there he goes. And there he is, finally! Turned back down after the loop. It took him over 10 minutes for this to do this loop. Literally ridiculous. It took him 10 minutes. That was already 9:17. He's finally back here now. 32.94. Just finished the loop. If you want to know how they loop around, just check out Mark's video on that one. And there he is, parked here, and he's gonna stay here for 3 minutes before departure. So that's it for the video. I explained a little bit how the Fremantle Blue Cat withdrawal replacement works. Literally useless. Literally useless. So I just gotta take this now to go back. Literally so rainy. Too much rain. I'm out of here. See you guys next time for this end of this video. Peace.